so when we talk about men and women, there's two different words that we usually use, right? We use the word, we can use the word sex or the word gender. This means men and women, right? Both of these words mean men or women. So sometimes if you have to answer some questions on an official document, sometimes it will say gender, male, female, M or F. Right? And sometimes it will say sex, M, F, and you choose which one. So also, it's funny to talk about what men usually say or don't say and what women usually say or don't say, because everywhere in the world we have gender roles. Gender role. A gender role, it's the way that people think that you should be if you are a man or if you are a woman. Like in society, people usually think that this is what men do. They have the male gender role. And the things that women usually do, or that society, our community thinks that women should do, this is called the female gender role. And they're different in different countries, in different places, but every place has something like this. And so that's why it's funny to talk about the things that men and women say or don't say, because it shows us the differences in the gender roles, right? So when you think about what a man should do and what a woman should do, maybe in in a relationship, right? Or when they communicate with each other, when they're in a situation together somewhere, what are some things that men should do and women should do? There's stereotypes and there's ideas that we believe in different places, but we have something called traditional gender roles, right? Traditional gender roles. And these are almost the same everywhere. Very similar ideas and qualities. And today we have modern gender roles. It's more confusing, and it's there's a lot of different options, right? There's a lot of different ways that people don't follow traditional gender roles so much today. Let's just say this. So what do you think? What are traditional gender roles of men and of women? Colin, what do you think?
Well, I would say that the role of man is to bring home the bacon.
Bring home the bacon.
Okay. Of course, it's not true anymore. It was. In my country, at least it's not true. And the role of women is to raise the children and I don't know, to do some housework.
Do housework?
Yes. Yeah. But I said it's not true anymore.
Right. These are traditional gender roles. Probably some people think that this is true, and some people today think that it's not. And some people think that this is good, and some people think that this is bad. And right.
In my family, these roles are we share. My wife and I, we share these roles.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you feel? I mean, you live in Romania.
Yeah.
So you're on the border of Western civilization and Slavic civilization.
Yes, that's true.
And so do you feel any difference between, do you feel like this is more a Western practice to share the roles? Or?
I think it's, yes, I think that it's more a Western practice to share roles.
Okay. And I remember that we're on Facebook right now. So everybody who's watching on Facebook, I just want you to know that no one is saying that these are things that people must do, right? We're just talking about traditional gender roles. So don't get upset. We're just speaking about this to practice our English. So Colin used an interesting phrase, bring home the bacon. Bring home the bacon, it means to go get the money. And come home. Bring the money home, bring the food home, bring home the bacon. Another phrase that we might use here is that the man needs to be the breadwinner. The breadwinner. This is the person in the house who goes and works and brings home food or brings home money. The breadwinner. So sometimes you'll hear about in the news, they'll say, oh, there was this situation, this family, and the wife was the breadwinner, and this means that the wife was the one who made most of the money. Great. So I think that traditional gender roles look very similar to this everywhere, right? Maybe we can add in some other things too. That I think that in traditional gender roles, there's a strong idea that men should be strong and women should be attractive. Right? Something like this, because for example, a very ugly man can be okay if he's strong enough or rich enough or powerful enough, right? This is, I don't know, there's some idea here, right? That he should be powerful or something like this, right? Maybe you disagree with me. I see maybe this is really bad because it's just me and Colin talking, just the guys. We want the ladies' opinion